Hello reception. Today we are going to be focusing on telling the time, and I'm going to teach you how to tell the time to the nearest hour. So we're focusing on o'clock only. So can you notice how many numbers are on my clock? There are only 12 numbers, 1 to 12, goes all the way around to 12. So we're going to practice counting to 12 and backwards. We'll start off by doing that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And backwards, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And because we are talking about time, we're talking about the number of hours. So we're going to do 1 hour. 1 hour more will go on to 2. So we've got 2 hours, which is the same as 2 o'clock. Then the next hour would be 3 o'clock. The hour after that would be 4 o'clock. The hour after that will be 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock. What would be the hour next after 6 o'clock? 7 o'clock. And then 8 o'clock after that. 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Fantastic. So let's put this in the shape of a clock. What shape is a clock face? Can you remember? It's a circle, that's right. So we're going to put our numbers in a circle so you'll see the position the numbers are in when we are talking about a clock. So number 1 will be over here, and we're making this clockwise. 2 goes here, move this down, hopefully you can see it. 3, 4, and this is important for you to know, it will help you tell the time. 5, and the 6, which is there, goes directly in the middle at the bottom. And 7, 8, and 9 goes right across from 3, just there. 10, 11, and then at the very top is 12, right above 6. Let's do that, so it's like that. There we go. And when we're talking about a clock, we have 2 hands, and not hands that you have on your arms, hands as in these arrows. And one is longer than the other, and the longer hand represents the minute hand, and the shorter hand represents the hour hand. And because we are only telling the time o'clock today, we are just going to focus on our hour hand. Our minute hand is only going to stay on number 12 because it's o'clock. Any time the minute hand is on 12, that tells us the time is the o'clock past the hour. So if the hour hand is pointing at 1, which is there, it'll be 1 o'clock. If the hour hand, remember we're only changing the hour hand today, points at 2, it is 2 o'clock. If the hour hand points at 3, it's 3 o'clock. Are you noticing a pattern? If I change it pointing at 4, it's 4 o'clock. If it's pointing at 5, what time is it? 5 o'clock, that's right. And if it's directly at the bottom, it is 6 o'clock. Fantastic, children. Let's do a random one now. If it's pointing at 9, what time would it be? 9 o'clock. You're getting the hang of this. If it's pointing at 10, it is 10 o'clock. And if both hands are pointing at 12, just like this, it is, they're not quite aligned, 12 o'clock. So we are getting used to telling the time. I have got a clock here, which is similar to the one that I just showed you. I wonder if you can tell me what the time is. And I've just done that the wrong way. No, let's do that way. What's the time there? 6 o'clock. Fantastic. The hour hand is pointing at 6 and the minute hand is pointing at 12. The o'clock. Remember, if it's pointing at 12, it's o'clock. Now, what is the time? 8 o'clock. Fantastic. Can you tell me the time now? 3 o'clock. Well done. You're getting the hang of this. So, in order for you to practice telling the time, I am going to show you how you can make an easy peasy clock at home yourself. So, you will need some card. And what I did, in the shape of a circle, what I did was draw around a plate of the inside of a cereal box and cut it out. So it was a round circle. But if you've just got some card at home, you can use that or any old boxes. So you need to have a circle. I have also got some string and I need some card or very thin card or paper to use as your hand. So you need a longer arrow or a longer hand to show me your minute hand and a shorter arrow to show you your hour hand. Okay. If you have a paper fastener, and I don't at home, but if you do have a paper fastener, then you can use that. So you will need your round circle and your 2 hands cut out. You will need to make a hole, and I did this with some scissors, and you're going to thread your string through the hole. Remember to ask an adult to make a hole for you using either a safety pin or some scissors. Do not do this by yourself. So I threaded my bit of string through the first arrow and then through the second arrow. So they are sitting on top of each other. Now you must make a knot at the very top so the thread doesn't go through if you were to pull it. Okay, so it should look something like this, right? It'd be a bit loose at the moment. Then your next step, once you have done this, is to make a hole in the middle of your clock face, just there. And you are going to thread this through that hole. So once you have threaded your hands through your clock face, you need to tie a knot at the back, quite tight. And if you want, you could even put some sellotape there so it doesn't move too much. You can also trim the very top. So now you have got your hour hand there and your minute hand. Mine's a little bit loose, so I think I need to do another knot. That to make it a little bit tighter. I might put some sellotape on there as well a bit later. So now you've got your minute hand and your hour hand. So it's really important that you put the numbers in the correct spaces. So if you remember the clock face that I showed you, the number 12 was right at the top, just here. So 1 and 2, 1 10 and 2 1s is number 12. Then I've got 1, 2, and I've got number 3 here. 4, 5, and then 6 was directly below 12. And I have 7, 8, and then 9 was directly across from 3, 10, and then the last one here is 11. So now you are ready to practice telling the time using your clock. So you can practice telling the time using your clock. So I've got Here, if I put my minute hand on 12 and my hour hand on 5, I've got 5 o'clock. And then you can practice with yourself telling the time. If you want to, you can practice teaching your toys the time.